Last Tuesday, I missed a show because I was in Boston presenting Wayne Cashman, who got voted into the Massachusetts Hall of Fame, and I was there, and it was really hilarious because when I saw these other people that were being inducted, like Lalia Ali, the fighter,
nice,
Shaq O'Neal, Bledsoe, remember Drew Bledsoe?
Sure.
And Bill Lee. Remember Bill Lee, the
Spaceman? The Spaceman, Montreal Expos,
yes.
Red Sox.
He played for the Expos a little bit too.
Yeah.
But Bill Lee was before me and Cash, and he said something that just pissed me off like you wouldn't believe. And I went and told him after, and he was talking about different things, and he says, out of the blue, he said, what Colin Kaepernick did, I applaud him. Well, fuck, that got under my skin bad.
Well, I would have got under my skin too, because he used a moment of celebration and induction into a Hall of Fame, right?
He had no business saying that.
No business. It didn't belong there.
Straight up to him, and I told him. He said, before he gets me, he said, hey, Phil, how are you? I love hockey players. I said, I love you guys. I said, 1 minute. I said, what you said about Kaepernick, I disagree with you so vehemently that I can't even talk.
Well, it was the wrong venue for him to even fucking bring it up.
What the fuck are you talking about it here for? That's what I said.
Well, what you said is accurate, because I would have said the same fucking thing. Why would you bring it up in that venue?
Hey, listen, why is the NFL ratings down so much, guys?
Yeah, and they are. They're making a comeback after the World Series ended, but they're still down, Phil.
They're still down. This guy had no business doing that. I don't give a shit whether you...
I believe in a democratic society, everybody has a right to voice their opinion at the proper time and at the proper venue.
You know, that's a shame, Phil, because when he was released from the Expos in '82, I spent most of the whole week at the All-Star game in '82 at Bill's house, and he's just so eloquent and so bright. I just rented his movie called Spaceman on DVD. Not great, but that's a shame. That's a shame, because you and him would have got along great if he didn't.
Let me put it this way. Do you think I wanted to stand there at the end of the game and listen to the Russian national anthem?
Yeah.
But I did out of respect, because sometimes you got to have respect.
100%.
So what was
I disagree with him totally.
What was his reaction,
That's
Phil,
too
when you
bad.
said that to him?
He looked at me and he said, I know, I shouldn't have said that. I said, no, you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, it was like one of the opera singers.
actually, here's what happened. Cassius still protected me because he grabbed me. He said, Espo, come on, get out of here.
Just like old times, Espo.
But you and Cashman were thicker than thieves. You guys were like brothers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I roomed with him for 8 years. I mean, you know, the only time I didn't room with Wayne Cashman was when I got traded. I was rooming with Hank Nowak in Vancouver. Hank Nowak, you guys remember him?
No.
He played a little bit with Detroit and then with us with the Boston Bruins. Hank Nowak, I'll never forget it.
So let me ask you something, Phil. When you see things now, right? Like those three guys, you know, they're making a career. They're singing the national anthem, and one of them decides to make a political statement during the national anthem.
I don't think there's any place that's not the venue to make that point. It's just not. It's a sporting event, for Christ's sakes. And by the way, this guy's a funny son of a bitch, Bill Lee.
Yes.
Really is.
Oh, God.
Bill Lee was famous for a million things, one of which was he used to talk about how he sprinkled marijuana on his pancakes. I mean...
Exactly.
That's in the movie.
He's a very, very interesting individual who's very opinionated, so I'm not surprised he's...
But he has a great sense of humor, I've read. I've not seen him talk. I'm not very familiar with him.
Great guy, Frank.
But
Frank,
they say that he's like a Dennis Hall.
He played senior ball for 2 years at 67, 68 years old in Moncton, New Brunswick.
With the Mets, the Moncton Mets. Good for you, Phil.
Right.
He's like a Dennis Hall.